Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh. Thanks for joining me. Today we have a full lid, which means that we talk about a bunch of small stories that can't make their own video, which is kind of cool. I like these ones. We're going to be talking about a person named Lauren Flynn. If you don't know, you're about to know, because it goes all the way back to my roots with Micah and what happened with H. Crazy. We're going to talk about Audrey, which is a medically complex, this lady on TikTok, or this lady on Instagram who blocked me because I said stop exploiting your medically complex child. We're going to talk about that again. Hannah King did a TikTok about Matt stealing her content. Uh-oh, Matt and Abbey in hot water again. Surprise, surprise. Franke did some craziness from prison, ruined her family again, and then Abbey Fickley decided to respond. There's a lot to talk about, so I don't know if I'll get to it all, but we'll try. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing I want to just show you guys is this, okay? And I posted this on my Instagram a little while ago. It says this. This is a woman sitting there with her tube top on in a changing room with her son. And I don't know if I put that black square over his eyes. This is H. This is Micah's child that she adopted from China and rehomed on Facebook. This is the woman that got him. Now, I've been leaving her alone because I'm like, okay, she took him on. She took on this medically complex child. She is probably a woman who's, willing to do that. Good for her. Awesome. But not awesome. She literally ended up just putting this kid on the internet full blown. Not as much as Micah, but full blown. She puts him on the internet and doesn't give a shit about his past. Clearly doesn't care that he had to go through all that. Was made famous. Is probably arguably one of the most famous cases in anti-family vlogger. It is. Ruby Franke's the only one that comes to mind, but Micah Stauffer started this entire thing. I literally blame the downfall of family vlogging on Micah Stauffer. Thank God. Okay? What she did with H, it went literally massively viral all over the world. And for good reason, because it was disgusting what she did. She adopted a child from China, and she wanted to make it so quick because they wanted to make money off of it that she didn't care what kind of child she got. And she's like, my child's not replaceable, blah, blah, blah. Not like I'm going to give him back. And then they literally rehomed him using Facebook. This year, Lauren Flynn is the one who got him. And then over time, she makes posts here and there, and I ask her politely, quietly, behind the scenes in a DM, can you just not? Like, how are you doing this? You know what this kid came through. Why would you keep putting him on the internet? And she just told me to F off, basically. And I'm like, whatever, I F'd off. Whatever. It is what it is, right? But then she made this post. When the shorts are giving so cute, I want to walk out to check out in them. He's being, and I can't stress this enough, an insufferable dickhead during shopping. She's saying that about him. In a post, like, what kind of mother posts that about their child? Like, I don't care, like, F you, Lauren. Go f yourself. That's what. And so I posted this on my Instagram, and I said, hey, not cool. And then of course she blocked me because she's a coward, insufferable twat. That's what she is. Okay, I don't care who you are. You know what this kid went through. You know that he's one of the most popular cases on the internet when it comes to child exploitation, and yet you just can't help yourself, eh? You can't help yourself. I'm not sure who this woman is. She looks like she's been dragged through a pile of dog shit. That's what she looks like to me. Apparently, like, even her husband left her. She's an annoying piece of shit. Okay. And then but it's just not enough for her, right? She's 9,000 followers, so it's not nothing. Okay, it's not nothing. Foster and forever mom of many, accessible education teacher, living like I've got one shot. But here's to hoping there's more, right? She's 728 posts. I had to go on this thing called Imgin. If you don't know what this is, this allows you to look at people who have blocked you, by the way, if you're wondering. I'm not about making all those everybody's got make sock accounts, do all this shit. I don't have time for that. So Imgin is what I use, is why it looks like this. So then she goes ahead and posts this. To those who crashed out over this Instagram story a few months ago, Bring Her to the Light says, this poor child needs to be with loving parents. Oh my God, it's so sad. What the hell? That poor child. And just like, these aren't even bad comments. These are just like, why would you call your son an insufferable douche in front of everybody? Just want to tell you something. There he is there again. I'll have him blanked out. So she's basically saying, I don't give a shit. Here's me in a bunch of thirst trap costumes in the thing. So, and has him there. So she's doubling down on the drama. This woman wants the smoke. She wants the drama. Why? Why do you want it? I left you alone. You asked, I called you out for what you did initially, which was not even this post. It was a different thing that she did. And she got super mad at me, told me to F off. Fine, so be it. Right? And then did that and gets called out for it, blocks me, and then says this, quick and run and show this to your dad with the Canada flag. She means me. Okay? She knows I'm a Canadian dad. Right? Why do you want the drama? Like, is your life not fun? Why would you egg on somebody who goes to bat for kids who have been exploited? Is that really what you want? And so you're saying, F the haters, let me do it again. We're not the ones who called him that. We're not the ones who called him an insufferable dickhead. This kid who has many mental issues, who's never going to be normal. That's what Micah told us. You're calling this child with special needs an insufferable f***ing dickhead. Are you out of your f***ing mind? What the f*** is wrong with you? And then you double down and say, go tell this to Dad Challenge podcast. Quick, run and tell him. Right? Like, what is it you're trying to accomplish here? You're a piece of shit. That's what you've accomplished. In all seriousness, though, I don't get a lot of hate in the space, but when I do, it's pretty much always the same stuff. Well, why don't you stop doing the stuff that gets you the hate? You ever thought about that? Exploiting a child who was already exploited in the worst way possible, brought from a country, from a language he knew, from people he knew, to these insufferable assholes who exploited him for most of his childhood, put duct tape on his thumb because he was sucking his thumb, made fun of him, rehomed him, put him on the internet and made millions off him, and then rehomed him on Facebook to someone who does this to him? Like, you don't think he's had enough already? Have you considered that, you f***ing idiot? Venting about the incredibly hard parts of raising a high needs disabled child in a world that doesn't support any mothers. Yeah, you don't get it. I'm sure you don't get any support. Yeah. Let alone mothers raising disabled babies. See, you're sitting here saying I raise disabled babies and you want accolades, you want hand claps. Good for you. Good for you. Honestly, good for you. No, good for you. But then when you call them insufferable dickheads, what do you want us to do? You want us to be like, yeah, you're right. They are insufferable dickheads. Yeah, that's really good for the community. That's really good. Calling your special needs son an insufferable dickhead. You're such a good mom. Yes, Queen Slay. Go f*** yourself. Utilizing life-saving tools and strategies that my son would literally unalive without, such as safety harness and a leash or constant supervision. Yes, even when I'm in the fitting room, line of sight. No one was upset with any of these things. Nobody was upset with them. What we were upset with is you calling him an insufferable dickhead. The non-verbal autistic child who has special needs. That's what we're mad about. You know? Sharing about life with my kids online in a way that I feel is respectful of their privacy and boundaries as the person who knows them best. Is that what that means? Do you think calling someone an insufferable dickhead is respectful? Please answer the question. Is that respectful? Because you're a f***ing liar. And you're being called, you're a hypocrite. And you're of their privacy and boundaries right off the top. No, and then you double down by putting them in the room again with you while you try on clothes, okay? And then you double down. Is that respectful of his privacy and boundaries? Again, this kid went through enough without you. This poor kid, just one dumbass to another. One dumbass to another. Being a woman outside of being a mother, you. Stop again. Victim card declined. No thanks. Anyways, if you have been judged online or in real life for those things, this is your reminder. Use the tools that work for your family. And what are you using these tools for? And how does it work for your family? What are the tools? Are you getting money from this? What is this tools that work for your family? Are you because you want the clap on the back to be like, good for you? Is that what you're looking for? Is that what you're looking for? Because you're doing it for the wrong reasons then, you idiot. Without shame, and show up in the world whatever you need to your whole fam to be supported. You too. If anyone tries to shame what they don't understand, send them my way. I'm not nice. Clearly you're not nice. You're an absolute piece of shit. Again, what in there says it's okay to call your son an insufferable dickhead? What in there is respectful to that child? What are you saying right now? When you call a literal autistic child who cannot speak, who's major special needs, an insufferable dickhead, how is that good for the cause? And why aren't more people up in arms about this? And then she hashtags it autism mom, interdisabled family, disability. Like, again, F off. Go f*** yourself, you piece of shit. And then look, again, this is what the comments, Slay Queen. So calling your son an insufferable dickhead, Slay Queen. This is the internet. This is where we are right now. All I heard was people hate, and all I can do this and still be this. Okay, you dumbasses. She had like 6 comments from a bunch of assholes. I love your account for all these reasons. So let me get this. Tail.andco. You love her for calling her autistic son that cannot speak and who has major issues and insufferable dickhead. You're here for these reasons? I want you people to go who say, hey, I follow this girl on the internet who has an autistic child who cannot speak, who went through one of the most unimaginable, disgusting things that happened, who's rehomed by the mom who loved him. And I want you, and she posted a thing calling her son an insufferable dickhead because he's got, problems or whatever. He's got special needs. And I said, that's what I follow her for. What do you think people are going to say about that? Like, go f*** yourself. All right? F off. I'm so mad about this piece of shit woman. And again, I left her alone because, again, he doesn't need more attention brought to him. This is just who she is. She's just a piece of shit. You know what? Go tell her what a piece of shit she is for me. Okay, thanks. Tag her for me. This piece of human filth. Go f*** yourself. Look at this. I'm not like other girls. I'm worse. Oh, we know. We got it. Imagine going from Micah Stauffer to this piece of shit. But she posts him like so many times. And she has like 5 kids that have special needs, which is great. Good for you for doing it. But mostly focuses on H. Mostly. What does that tell you about what she was trying to achieve and accomplish here? She has almost 10,000 followers, right? I wonder why your husband left you. That's not a surprise. Go f*** yourself. All right, let's move on to the next topic here. Another one similar to that is her name is Audrey, medically complex mom, and she's daily life with a toddler, pregnant, track, vent, G-tube. So what she does is she does the same thing. She's got a child who has a vent and a G-tube, a feeding tube and everything, and she completely exploits the absolute living shit out of this kid too. I'm so sick of seeing moms who exploit medical children on the internet and just to try to gain a following. She has 64,000 followers from this, and I don't want to see her get another follower from this. I also need you guys to go report the accounts when people are doing this. I think it's time to start lobbying social media to stop allowing this. Like the salacious need to show everybody everything about your child when it doesn't do anything for anybody. Okay, it's not like I'm raising awareness. Off. This is her. This is the post. It doesn't have any audio, or it's not working or something like that. Audrey K. and Ill, I guess it is. Audrey Candle. I'm so stupid. Here for my community and normalizing what life of medically complexities look like. Again, they're always about raising awareness and normalizing it. It is normal. We don't need you to show us. Your child doesn't need to be that zoo animal that shows us that. Doesn't need to be in the fishbowl. It's not his responsibility to show us what this is like. Everybody's dealing with it. Everybody goes through it. It is what it is. What you're trying to do is monetize your child, again, what they're going through, so you can make money on the internet, man. Like, we got to stop this bullshit. So I just, again, wanted you to, I want to use my platform to call out these people. Audrey Candle. I'm not saying go cancel her. I'm just telling her, hey, go tell her what you think about what she does. Okay? Because she's an absolute piece of human filth like the other bitch. I'm just so sick of these people. There's no hope left. Something a little more light, right? Because we're gonna get to the other one. So Matt and Abbey, some of the most hated creators on TikTok, which is awesome. I love that for them because they're just human piles of liars. They're just liars. They use their platform to pretend like they're Christian, and they're not. They use their platform to, just, where life is so hard for us. She's like, in my pajamas at 4:00. Their life is so hard. Okay, like, off. Like, they're so out of touch with every bit of reality in the world. It's mind blowing. Okay, but Matt went and got hair plugs, which I'm not against. I make fun of women who get like fake lips and fake asses and fake everything. The hair for men, I'm not against it. I know that makes me a hypocrite, but I'm really not against it. If men want to go get hair because women make fun of them for their hairline, go for it. Okay, I get it. The hair thing, and when Matt did it, you get all the comments about like, oh, you got gender affirming surgery, and it's all political and everything else. But I'm cool with it. I'm even cool with like people. I know I make fun of the people who overdo it on their lips, and you got hair bringing down her forehead and looking like a crazy freaking monster, and then they influence others to do it, and then we have a whole society that looks literally identical. It's crazy to me. Anyway. The hair thing is what it is. I understand why Matt's doing it. He is going prematurely bald, and he's got an image to upkeep. I understand that, okay? I hate him, but I understand it. So Hainline here, Hannah King, posts this video.
Copy videos. It's fine. I get it. I let it slide when it happens to me. But this one...
I went to Turkey for a hair transplant, but I feel like I need to start from the beginning.
I hate his voice. I don't like my wife. I wish I had a better wife. I hate my kids. Oh my God, my kid's birthday fell on my Father's Day. Off, Matt.
Runs in my family, so it was only a matter of time till I would go bald too. I started taking finasteride and minoxidil, but I didn't see the results I was hoping for. So I started doing research. Hair transplants in the US can cost upwards of $20,000, but at Estinove Clinic in Turkey, you're looking at...
Estinova is paying him to do this. He didn't have to pay anything. He's getting paid for this, just so you guys are aware. And again, not against it. Not against it.
Around $3,500, which...
This one set my humble little TikTok career off when my husband went to Turkey for his hair transplant a couple years ago. My husband went to Turkey to get a hair transplant, and I feel like I have to start from the very beginning. Cody comes from a family with a long history of male pattern baldness, and I thought surely this wouldn't happen to him. He has a mop. Sure enough, by the age of 25, he was bald. So I, his beautiful and
lovely... This is bald. This is bald. That shit's not bald.
And faithful wife Hannah decided to get to research. Unfortunately, I found that hair transplants literally cost an arm and a leg in America and was quoted for $30,000. Yep, big fat no. Then my research took me to the country of Turkey, and I found out that Turkey is the biggest hub for hair transplants, and they do an incredible job. And it was a big deal for us. We got 23 million views, and the story...
And got paid for it. For doing the ad. Don't lie. He also got sponsored for it, probably.
Telling ability. It was just fun. So when I was on my For You page and I heard the intro, I was like, that rings a bell. And then the storytelling, the little family history part, and the writing of the script, I was like, hey, those were my thoughts. Here's the deal. I have always been for every male getting a hair transplant. Matthew, may I call you that? I am so excited for you. It's going to turn out well. But I would love to hear it in your own voice. I'd love to hear your
own... He did. He went like this. Hair. Flying. That's what you heard.
Storyline. You can't convince me that you didn't see the video for the $3,500 piece. That's the bit. But it's okay. I'm fine. I just want us to remember who told us to go to Turkey. It was some guy on YouTube that I first saw, and I really appreciate him. But let's storytell in our own way, because even though it was 2023, that was still my bit. I just got a good laugh at that today, because I was like, wait, I recognize the script, and then I was like, this is familiar. Cody's hair transplant worked out well. He actually wants to go back for a part 2 for the little crown section he has going on that he never got.
So there's Matt stealing. So Matt and Abbey just can't win, man. Matt, stop. Here's the thing: when you get to be a creator big enough in the space, and you start living a life of luxury for doing almost nothing, which is what they do. Matt's always like, I'm so busy editing, but they don't do anything. Okay, it's bullshit. Their shit's so easy to do. It's so ridiculous on how much money they make. Okay, but you get to a certain level where you're just you get lazy. Most big creators start getting real lazy. Okay, and Matt just got real lazy, just copying other people. And here's the evidence. Hi, Hannah. After going to Turkey, I was looking at other creators' videos for inspiration. Yours was one of the first that came up because it was clearly so well done. 23 million views, that's why it came up. I can see now that I definitely replicated many elements too closely to not give due credit. I'm really sorry about that. I will add your tag to the caption. Sorry again, glad to hear your husband. Shut the fuck up, Matt. Sorry you called me out for plagiarism. I'll tag you, but I'm going to pretend it was a coincidence. A made shot-for-shot remake. Oh, you're the Matt from Matt and Abbey too. Oh, brother. In contention creation classes, it literally tells us to copy other creators' script templates. Okay, well, I read that like I was Kira. In content creation, she says in contention creation classes. In content creation classes, well, your class is wrong. Why don't you come up with your own shit? Okay? Not word for word, but pretty close. It was literally 1 to 2 sentences that were the same. I will just watch back to back. He talks about coffee and translators. She talks about her husband taking his dad. Literally, not word for... Pretty close, though. It's pretty damn close. The intro of the whole thing, what really matters about that video, he copied word for word. I'm not saying he didn't copy a video. Maybe he did, but I have seen many other creators post about going to Turkey for their hair transplants, and all of them post damn near you know what? I'm going to go to Turkey and get a hair transplant, and I'm going to make it completely different and show you guys that you can. I'm just kidding. Oh, no, am I kidding? Should we go to Turkey together, folks? What would I look like with hair? You know? Get some of this going. Get a transplant looks like this. Hey, what's going on? You busy, lady? You want to get a coffee or something? No? Alright, whatever. I didn't like you anyway. Loser. No, he basically used it like a template. He got the answer sheet. Again, Every single creator on TikTok copies every other single creator. Like Kay and Tay, they're so far behind the trends that they like do it. They're like the 50th to do it, but they get most of the attention because they're the bigger audience. So they are copying. All the bigger creators do copy the smaller content creators. They all do it. Everybody does it. It's part of the industry. But I'm glad. But you also get to call them out if you want to, and that's kind of cool. I like that. I like that she did that. But it is the industry. Everybody copies everybody, and all the trends that go viral, they all do the trends, right? I don't even like Matt, but how different do you expect these stories to be? I mean, that's a good point. She got tons of views on that. She got 512,000 views on that video. And so, yeah, glad she got to do it. But again, this is the industry. Everybody copies everybody. Every viral moment is copied by every other person. You know which ones I don't like when people copy is when they're like pranking their husband, or like, you know, and you can tell that this has been viral for a little while, and like it's so scripted, it's so stupid. I hate when people do those ones. Anyway, good for you, Hannah. I hope you get some followers from that. 211,000 followers, good for you. I think she probably gained a bunch from this, because literally gaining followers by how many people hate Matt and Abbey is hilarious. I think it's absolutely hilarious. So good for you, Hannah. Good for you. All right, let's get on to a more harsher story here. This is what Ruby Franke did, if you guys need an update on what's going on. She is still creating chaos and havoc from inside the prison because she's such a vindictive bitch that she can't let anything go. And here's what she did.
Ruby Franke appeared in court yesterday over custody hearing for her 4 children, and what she said was shocking, to say the least. Ruby Franke attended the hearing through a video call, as she is in jail right now. Her husband, Kevin, was also there sitting with his lawyer, and apparently their daughter, Sherry, may also have been in attendance. Ruby, unfortunately, threw both of her youngest children under the bus.
She just can't help herself, this bitch. This vindictive bitch. I hope you stay in prison for 50 years.
She basically said that the two of them have been inappropriate with one another, and that apparently she's claiming that Russell, her youngest son, was also inappropriate with at least 20 other children. She says it was neighbors and cousins, although there have been absolutely no accusations from anyone other than Ruby. Now, of course, Jody Hill.
And again, you got to take this with a grain of salt, because Ruby thinks that like looking at PORN is like akin to, you know, murdering people. Okay? So inappropriate meaning maybe he had a sexual joke, maybe he just was being an adolescent child, like, you know, just normal. Anything that's normal, Ruby will take and be like, oh, my husband looked at porn, you need to divorce him and move in your lesbian lover. That's Ruby. So take everything Ruby says with a giant grain of Mormon salt, okay?
Hildebrand's niece has also come forward, stating that Jody Hildebrand had also accused her niece of the same situations. Yep. Because Ruby made these accusations, however, the judge had to deem Russell unfit to be in a home with other children.
Why?
Which means they are now in custody of DCFS, the 4 youngest children. They are now not going to be able to be together. Russell will not be able to be with his other siblings or any other children in whatever home he's placed for
This has gone under the radar for some crazy reason. I have no idea why she's doing this. I know actually, because he's a vindictive bitch and he's the one that got her caught. She hates that child. She hates him because he got out from being tortured and got her arrested for it. So she's just being, again, she's just taking, I hope this comes to reflect on her during time when she gets in front of the parole board or whatever they're called out there. And they're like, hey, look, it looks like you literally, the kids had the opportunity to go back to dad and you literally sabotaged that. Although, you know what? Kevin can go f himself too. Okay, but they are better off with Kevin than in DCFS. I'll give you that. Like, they gotta be, right? And so she stopped that from happening. She stopped her kids from being together because she thinks it's inappropriate whatever happened. Don't forget, these kids lived through massive amounts of trauma in their lives, and religious trauma and trauma from abuse from their mother and their father. So, like, what kind of judge doesn't take that into consideration? That's crazy to me. Why don't you just order Kevin to give him the therapies that he needs and requires and make sure it happens? Just follow up on it. How about that? No? Okay. Utah, man. She's still abusing her kids behind bars. I don't understand why the court was taking consideration of anything from a mother who routinely psychologically and physically abused them, tortured them. Her words mean absolutely nothing, and she's shown that she does not have the best interest of the children, so why her opinion even matters. That's such a great comment. Who the f cares what she says? Yeah, no one's talking about it on any of the pages. That's really, really weird. that Ruby is still from prison trying to destroy her family and will not let it go. She's just being vindictive. I don't believe anything she says. I think this kid's just a normal kid being a normal kid things, but has gone through some trauma, maybe inappropriate jokes because his older brother, Chad, makes very much a lot of inappropriate jokes with, which I think Ruby would probably consider very much the same way, right? She literally put this child in a friggin' wilderness camp for looking at things a teenager normally looks at. Then when he pranked his brother, she put him on a beanbag chair, took away his bathroom door for 8 months, okay? Chad makes inappropriate jokes. He's a friggin'... That's who he is. He's basically every teenager, every young adult that ever existed, who's finally got some freedom and he's allowed to do what he wants. He makes those types of jokes. He is that kind of guy. And I'm sure the little brother was kind of just following in his footsteps and Ruby just assumed it was this, that, and the other thing. Again, you, Ruby. Oh, man. You get douche prisoner of the day. Congratulations. Anyway, let's see what else we can do. Okay, so I had Bobby on, and it's Abbey Fickley's ex, and we call him the baby daddy. Great interview. We had lots of great comments. She got some pushback because of that interview, because he finally told the truth. There was a lot of truths we didn't know in there. And we all thought she made clap back. And so here's her main clap back. She doesn't want to do a major clap back, but here's her main clap back.
And that's it. Here we go. We are officially back at it in the full swing of things. Back to school and back to early morning.
Did you just sigh as if you did something? You let your dogs out to shit in your porch. And you're like, I'm such a good mom.
Past year of my life, I have been so incredibly...
What are you wearing? Those look like I could fit into those pants.
Exhausted. But when you're a single mom and you're doing the damn thing on your own with very little
on your own
help, you just
you're not doing the thing on your own. Why does she lie? When you're doing the damn thing on your own, literally, Mila spends more time with her dad than she does with you. What do you mean on your own? She's lying. I hate that she gets to lie about this. She's like, I'm a single mom. I do everything on my own for 3 days of the week. You do the rest of on your own.
Gotta do it stressed and tired, and that's the truth of it for me. In the midst of absolute chaos.
Oh my gosh. And it's not like it's a newborn. It's like, what is she, 11? Kid can literally just hang out and be cool. You're not doing anything. What, making a lunch, making a couple of meals, going to the park? Like, what do you mean your life off? Influencers need to shut the up.
And messiness throughout this season I've been in, I have been fortunate enough to learn a lot of really good life lessons. One big one being the benefit.
I have that ice maker. It's a good ice maker. It makes chewy ice. It's the Opal. That's an $800 ice maker, by the way.
It's of just being quiet, the power in keeping your mouth shut. What I have to assume is contrary to
power in keeping your mouth shut.
Popular belief.
Have you ever thought about keeping your damn mouth shut? Your overfilled lips quiet, you donut-eating mofo? Have you considered it? Sitting there lying like you're the only one raising this child when you're not even raising it half time. Less than half the time you're raising this child. Can you off? Thanks.
I am always considering my daughter, putting her first. And yes,
you're not putting your daughter first. You're absolutely a lying piece of shit. But thanks for coming to TED Talk.
That means through the attempted defamation of my name and my character.
There it is. The attempted defamation. Your character. You show us who you are. Okay, when we comment on it, that's just what our interpretation of what you're showing us. It's not defamation. If you show us that you put your daughter on a broomstick and it gets millions of views and untold comments from men, when you get on the street and call out your daughter for being a kid and who made fun of you and your ex-boyfriend or whatever, and you start like, that's what you put on the internet. You put it out there. We're allowed to disseminate it. We're allowed to have comments about it because you are a public figure. Defamation. Man, shut the f*** up.
I learned how to just not give a shit what people think.
Yeah. I love how influencers are like, I don't care what you say, but here's a video about how I care what you say.
Especially when they're wrong. Having grace and empathy for those who believe narratives, because there was a time that I was falling for the same sort of manipulation. So
you don't even read. Why do you have all those?
Could I be mad when I actually feel for you? Like, I was there, babe, for almost a full decade. And since escaping it, I have been in absolute living hell. But yet, I'm somehow full of peace through it. I don't know. I say...
Yeah, it looks like you're full of peace. You're full of filler. More like it, Botox and shitty BBLs. That's what you're full of. Plastic.
Somehow, like, I don't know that it's God. But it is.
I saw a meme the other day, and it's Abbey Fickley. What will archaeologists find in 100 years? Abbey Fickley. Yep.
Because we're blessed and highly favored over here. My priority is not my public image right now. It's my real and my true relationship with my daughter. Being the best mom I can be.
You're a piece of shit mom. Let's be real. You just did a video calling her out on the internet. You're a human pile of garbage and plastic.
When nobody's watching. Because in the regards of parenthood,
you could literally recycle Abbey when she dies in the plastic garbage.
She's the only one that matters. And if you want to know how I bit my tongue this long, especially when people are lying on my name and creating false narratives, that's
nope. No one's lying.
your answer. A true, beautiful, and solid relationship with my little. Providing her the trust via action that you will always have from mom, even through the hardest and the messiest days of our lives. I personally believe if the
Stop being so performative. You're not even good at performing. You're not even good at this.
priority was children, we wouldn't be breaking court orders that were quite literally put in place to protect them from further embarrassment. But I guess we all operate differently.
See, she's like, he's breaking court orders. It's like, no, I don't care though. He's breaking court orders. He's not breaking court orders. And that guy could have been way worse, by the way. And he was really nice. And he didn't break any court orders. He was very, very careful with what he said in order to not break court orders, actually. He was telling his perspective from the side of a father who has a child on the internet who's made famous by his mother. Didn't disparage you in any way. None whatsoever. So, F off. I know you're trying to swing the narrative your way, but it's not going to work here. It's not going to fly. That dog ain't going to hunt.
I try to always give examples of class, accountability,
Class. Tattoos. Class. It's just tattoos all over fingers. Okay.
Not a single thing that anyone could say.
Don't forget, she had to go back in after she closed that door to get her tripod. She's so genuine.
Public platform is going to get me to bite. And no matter where your head's at, I want you to know that I love you.
Oh, there's the scripture. Right on time. Right on time with the scripture.
Anyways.
Oh my gosh. Why'd you stop posting Mila? Because the baby daddy, yep. Why'd you stop posting Mila? Again, she's not answering any of these questions. Court ordered. Can you give me a happy birthday for the next... Shut up. I didn't know you were a single mom. I thought the dad was involved. Jen curious only because I'm a single mom. His dad isn't involved. In early recovery. It's hard. It's already hard as a woman in recovery, let alone a single mom. Thank God for my girlies. My kid's dad usually has her daughter more days. Her kid's dad usually has the daughter more days a week than she does. That's the truth. Obsessed with that Bible verse from this woman who has plastic ass. Yeah. Sounds like you're going through it with your ex. I'm sorry. No, sounds like she's a douchebag who made shitty choices. Are you sorry about that? You're doing great. So I'm a really big fan. You're right. The knee-jerk reaction would be to bite back. That's what this video is. Are you serious? Their attempted defamation on my name? F off. Lips. Chill. You're dumb. Douche influencer of the day. Congratulations. Anyway, that's Abby's clap back. And let's end on one little thing here. I've been following the Danielle Walter thing for a while now, and something weird is off about what's going on right now. It's not because of my video, I don't think so, but something's going on in her life. She got way lazier. She's just lazy. She got to a place where she was, and then she started coasting like so many people do, influencers, and now people are starting to hate her for it. She's just not doing it. But someone had unearthed this old video of her, and I have something to say about it. Because this Danielle Walter, the woman who goes on a million first dates, who they all have problems with, and I think they're fake. I honestly think she's just fake. And now she's dating this guy who's obviously dating for clout. Okay? And she's out there being super dangerous about it, influencing other girls to be super dangerous about it. All that to say, and she wears way too much perfume and has way too much ugly wallpaper in her house. But otherwise, she's got gray hair. Great hair. But this is the video that was unearthed at a church. So what they're doing, they're a mega church. And this is the type of church that I served at before I left the ministry completely. I was fired, but you can go watch my video. The reason why I'm an ex-pastor. Go look at the video. It's one of the best series on my channel, I think, bar none. It's like one of the things I'm most passionate about is now calling out shitty churches, right? It's just, this is the type of church she goes to. So the reason this bugs me for a couple reasons, because I'm an ex-pastor of a ministry just like this, band just like this, stage just like this, teams just like this. This woman started going to church because one of her coworkers was a Christian and she had a fat crush on him. So she started going to church, which I think is great. A lot of people would disagree with me on the reason to go to church is to meet people. that's where you should go meet romantic partners. That's where a lot of great people are. I'm not saying all the time, but there are a lot of great people. If you're going to go meet someone who's a Christian, church is a great place to do it. I honestly believe church can be a place where singles go to meet their future spouse. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's a great spot. Okay, I wish there were more singles ministries for older people and people going through life like this. There should be. It should be a dating scene. Okay, because there's a lot of people there with the same values and living good lives and planning families and doing cool things. Not all. I'm not saying all. There are. But I agree with that, right? But she went to a church because of a guy she had a fat crush on, and then she developed a faith because of it, which I completely think she's lying about. Or it was a faith based in a crush on some dude that moved and left her there. But ever since she's been going there, and she's a performer, right? So what she does on her channel is all fake. Everything you see is fake. She's lying to you. She's showing you bullshit, and she's a performer. She's been trying it for years and years and years and years, and this is what stuck. What I have a problem with is being on stages in a worship leader position, being that type of person, and whoever's running this worship ministry team, not vetting this person that's standing on this stage right now, who literally has the digital footprints that she has, which includes premarital sex and everything else and talking about it. And now she's celibate, whatever. But apparently, even since the moment she said she was celibate, she hasn't really been celibate. And she blamed the guy and all that. There's all the lore is on the Danielle Walter Snark. Go there. Okay, it's all there. But as a worship pastor, you do have to just be able to decipher when somebody wants to be on stage for the wrong reasons and then not let them on the stage. So many times as a creator, as a worship pastor, I had to decipher whether or not someone wanted to be on the stage for whatever reason they wanted to be on stage for. And if you wanted to be on stage because you wanted to be in the spotlight, you were not coming on my stage. Okay? You were not doing it. And that was my responsibility as a person to get up there and make sure it was done properly. She would never, ever, ever be on my stage. Never. Not with the footprint she has. Okay? And I will never be on stage because of the footprint I have ever again, not when it comes to worship music. Okay? And that's a path I've chosen to take, even though I miss doing it and I was extremely good at it. I don't care what anybody says. I'm a terrible singer, but great as a leader of a band. It's what I was good at, okay? And I miss it so much. And I'm putting a band together to go do just regular music, which I'm really excited about. But all that to say, she has no business being up there. This church is clearly has no idea what they're doing. They're just, you got people up there doing this, dressing this way. This is the type of church you don't go to. By the way, everybody, you just don't go to it. Stop going to churches like this. Okay, start going to small churches with small footprints who do good things to the community. Okay, these types of churches, this building they're standing in probably costs $8 to $10 million, just this room. The sound system is in the millions of dollars, lights, smoke, everything. Why are you going to churches like this? Stop doing it. You got to stop. And of course she goes to that because it's an attention-seeking church that will put her on stage. Okay? And again, when you have 5 singers up there, there's no way you can hear her. A lot of people just put people who are good at performing on stage. This is modern churches, by the way. Even if they can't sing, because they add to the rock concertness of it. It exudes energy, and I'm not even saying there's anything really wrong with that, but there sort of is, right? They'll put her on there, but her mic's not going out in the mains. That's for damn sure. I guarantee you that shit. It's not going out to the mains. She knows it too. She's like, I can't hear myself in the mains. She's that one that's like got her ears in and she takes one out and she's like, I can't hear myself in the mains. Am I in the mains? And they're like, yeah, no, we're messing around. He just turns some knobs but doesn't turn some knobs. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of girl she is. Anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting for the Danielle Walter snark that she has no business being up on stage. I got to point this out. This is what she wore to Fashion Week. It's giving dressing up in your mom's dress from the 80s. Anyway, why are your sleeves like that? What if you get them wet? Anyway, another thing is to point out about Danielle Walters is this guy's is obviously, again, seeking massive amounts of attention as well. And I honestly believe that he's only with Danielle because of her social media. He's way out of her league. That's what I'm telling him. He's way out of her league. This is going to end so badly too. And the fact that he doesn't give a shit that he's been targeted at all, right? That means that he wants it. And that means that what he's doing this for is for the wrong reasons too. But I mean, they deserve each other, I guess. So there's that. I don't know, what do you guys think below? Why don't you let me know? I love these new fall backgrounds. I'm into it. I can't wait for Halloween and Christmas. Who's excited? Guys, thank you for being here. Everybody take a deep breath. Lot to talk about today. Let me know what you think below in the comments. I appreciate you guys talking to me and always being here and being amazing, incredible, and valuable. Don't you damn well forget it. Someone has a huge crush on you. You don't even know it. It could be multiple people, and you just don't even know it. But you got to know that someone does, for sure, because you're some kind of something, okay? And I'll see you when I see you.